fourth grade into math, lesson 13.7, find unknown angle measures. So our overall I can statement for math is what for this module? I can identify a ray, a line segment, a point, endpoint, angle, or degree. Our I can statement for today is I can use the relationship between angles to find the measure of the unknown angle. Okay. So a laptop screen size is usually measured by the length of its diagonal, which is the distance between opposite corners. Look at the angles formed by the diagonal. Find angle ABC. So this angle right here, what is the size of this angle? No, that's ABD. What's ABC? It's a 90-degree angle because they have that little box, right? So measure of angle ABC equals 90 degrees because they have the little box to denote that. Okay. Circle all the angle measures that are known. So which one do we know? What did I just tell you? 61 went with ABD. So this right here is the only one that we know. So ABD. Oh, and then did we also just figure out what ABC was? Yes, because it's denoted with the little box. Okay, so what kind of angle is ABC? So ABC, that first one we drew, it's a right angle, so that's how we knew it was what? We knew it was 90 degrees. Okay, so now to find, they said DBC, okay, so they want to know this angle right here, right? Okay, what can we do to find it? What do we know that full angle is? 90 degrees, right? Okay. And then what is the angle of ABD? 61, right? So we can, this becomes a 10 because you go next door and take 10 more. This becomes an 8. So 10 minus 1 is what? 9. 8 minus 6 is 2. So measure of angle DBC is 29 degrees. And then they wanted 2 ways to find it. So we subtracted to find it. And then also we used our protractor, lined it up, and found that the angle went straight across 29 degrees as well. Step it out, number 2. A tile setter wants to cut another piece off of a tile. They need to know the measure of the unknown angle labeled X to determine the cut. Estimate the unknown measure of X. Okay, so looking at it, guys, what type of angle does that look like? X is a cube?
No, it's obtuse.
It's obtuse because it looks like it's just a little bit more than what?
A right angle.
Than a right angle or a 90-degree angle, right? Okay, so let's go with obtuse angle. So it will be greater than 90 degrees. Okay, what information do we know? So we know that what?
X is obtuse.
Well, we know that one of the angles measures what? 120 degrees. And then the sum of all the angles equals 225. Oh, no, sorry, not the sum of all the angles, because that was right. 360 is the full circle, right? Okay, but the sum of which two letters? X and Y, right? Okay, how can you use the information you know to solve for the unknown? So we could use our protractor and measure X, right? Okay, or what else can we do without having to use our protractor? Subtract, right? So they want us to model an equation. So we can say 225 degrees minus 120 degrees equals x, right? Okay, so x equals, so 225 minus 120 gets us what? 105, so 501. So 105 degrees. Okay, now on E, they want to know, is your answer reasonable? So do I put yes or no?
Yes.
So yes, because, why? What did we say on letter A? What did we say on letter A? That it would be an obtuse angle and it would be greater than 90 degrees. So is 105 an obtuse angle?
Yes.
Is it greater than 90 degrees?
Yes.
Okay, so because 105 degrees is greater than 90 degrees. Now, let's take this a little bit further. What if I wanted to find out what y was? What did we say if you did x 120 and y, what would you get then? 360, right? So could I take the 225 or take 360 minus 225 to find y?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. Check understanding number 1. What kind of angle is AED? So what I would do, guys, is I would draw that out. AED is what kind of angle? A straight angle. What is the measure of AEC? Okay, so they want AEC. And just kind of lightly do that so you're focusing on that. Okay, so AEC is what type of angle? Obtuse. So we know it's going to be more than 90, right? Okay, now we know that AED is 180. So how can I find AEC without having to use my protractor? Am I going to use 90? 180 minus what? 45. Because we want to find this whole area right here, correct, guys? Okay, so then that leaves that little wedge that we don't use, correct? So this becomes a 10. Go next door, 10 more, so this becomes a 7. 10 minus 5 is 5. 7 minus 4 is 3. And then bring down the 1. So 135 degrees. Does that work?
Yes.
Yep, because we said it's an obtuse angle. So it's going to be more than 90 degrees. And is 135 more than 90 degrees?
Yes.
Yep. On your own, number 3. This is a diagram of a board that Susie cut for herself. Write an equation to find the measure of angle VXY. Okay, so we know that what? WXY is what? It's a right angle, so it's 90 degrees, correct? Okay, and they want us to find what? VXY. So they want us to find this angle right here. So what am I going to do? So we know 60 degrees plus, we'll just label it as x equals 90 degrees. So how am I going to get x by itself? 90 minus 60, which equals what? 30 degrees. Now, does that work? 30 degrees is what type of angle? Is an acute angle. Is that angle acute? Okay, so does it work? Okay. Number 4, Mark cut a piece of paper to make a bird. The directions he follows say for him to cut away an angle so that he is left with an angle that measures 276 degrees. What is the measure of the angle he must cut away? Okay, so if I go from here all, let's draw there, circle with me. Okay, so if I go from here and go all the way back around to here, how many degrees is that? 360. Okay, and they want to know what this little piece that gets cut out, what the angle is. So what am I going to do? So 360 minus what? 276. Can I take 6 from 0? No. So this becomes a 10. This becomes a 5. 10 minus 6 is what? 4. Can I take 7 from 5? Nope. So this becomes a 15 and this becomes a 2 because I went next door and took 10 more. So 15 minus 7 is what? 84 degrees. Okay. And then does it look like it's a little less than a right angle?
Yes.
Yep. And would 84 degrees go with that?
Yes.
Yep. Number 5. Now Mark has to use the piece that he cut away to make wings for the bird. The directions say to cut the angle in half. What is the measure of each half of the angle he cut away? So what did we get for an answer on 4? 84. So it says to do what? Cut it in half, correct? So I'm going to take 84 divided by what? 2. So 84 divided by 2. So how many times does 2 go into 8? 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. So 0. Bring down my 4. How many times does 2 go into 4? Twice. 2 times 2 is 4. Nothing left over. Do I have any more to bring down? No. So what is my answer? 42 degrees. Okay, and then number 6, it says, how did you find the answer? Number 5, well, we did what? We divided by 2. Okay? All right, so write an equation to find the measure of the unknown angle. Okay? So, what do you notice here? That 85 over here is in black color, right? And then what's in green?
130.
The arc and 130, right? Okay, so are they saying 130 fills in this space right here? No. They're saying that 130 fills in this whole space, right? Okay, so what am I going to do? 130 minus 85. Okay, can I take 5 from 0?
No.
No. So this becomes a 10 and this 3 becomes a 2. Because I went next door and took 2 more. They're making you guys work on your regrouping, aren't they? Okay, so 10 minus 5 is 5. I can't take 8 from 2, so this becomes a 12 and this becomes a 0. 12 minus 8 is what? 4. So my answer is
45.
x equals 45 degrees. Okay, so once again on number 8, I need to pay very, very close attention to what the colors match up with, right? Okay, because they give us 2 degrees that are in black, and then they want this whole arch right here for x. So this time, what am I going to do to find x? 45 plus 50, which equals what? 95 degrees. So x equals 95 degrees. Okay, so number 9, once again, we're paying very close attention to the colors. So they're saying 200 goes all the way around here, and they want to know what x is right here. So what am I going to do?
220
Am I finding the part or a total?
200 minus 120.
So am I finding a part or the total? A part. So that means we're going to subtract. So 200 minus 120. Okay. So 0, can I take 2 from 0? Nope, so it becomes a 10, and this 2 becomes a 1. 10 minus 2 is 8. So x in this case equals 80 degrees.